Goons and gals, check it out. Check it out. A DIY rally kit. Look at it. Now, I'm sorry for my enthusiasm. I promise before I get going. Look, I'm going to do a complete video on this whole thing from start to finish. I'll put a parts list down in the description box later. I probably shouldn't even be doing this video. I'm just so excited and I'm really impatient and I can't help myself, because a lot of times when you do a DIY project, it turns out like shit. Like my seat, for example, and you're just not happy with the final product. This totally exceeded my expectations. And again, I did this for like 130 bucks. So what I'm gonna do in this video is just share with you what I've got so far. And I want your input on some of the other things I've got in my mind and what I want to do with this. And you can kind of let me know what you would do and give me some design ideas, because I'm kind of stuck right here. It was a really easy project, but it took quite a while for me to figure out what I actually wanted to do and how I wanted to mount it. So I'm going to grab my phone here, the camera, and show you what I've got here real quick and some of the parts that I've used. Well, sweet. So let's go ahead and start here with the screen. This screen belongs to a Honda XADV. I did a lot of research and I was looking for a screen that was specifically between 20 and 24 inches in height, and this one's exactly 20. In fact, the first one I bought was the same one in touring, which is 5 inches higher, but once I put it on, I said, this is way too high. And then I went to send it back and it was like 65 bucks. And I was like, geez, I only paid $100 for the screen. That's a waste. I'll just keep it because I'll probably end up breaking this one, or I can use it for touring. Anyway, I was going with the longer screen because my original idea was not to use this number plate at all. I wanted the apocalyptic look. That's what I was going for, leaving all the wires and cables back there with the light. However, once I took it apart, I couldn't do that. Or I could, except for it was just going to take a lot of extra work that I just wasn't willing to put in. And that's because this light is dependent. Its mounting is dependent on this number plate. I thought this screw down here actually mounted the light, but it does not. It's an adjustment for the light, adjusting the pitch of the light. So what really just holds this in is it sits down in this basket. And there are two little prongs that hook into your front fender right here. And then the rest of it's supported by the top when you fasten in the number plate to the frame. And I'll talk about what I did here for just a second. So that didn't work, and I decided I'm going to use the number plate. But when I pressed this up against the number plate, some of the problems I had, number one is that the windscreen pressed against the light. And I'm like, that's just going to scratch the light up. The other thing is, when it was supported by the top piece, if you've seen like with the Ball Hall Designs windscreen, it became very flimsy. And then when it bent, or not bent, but when it was connected there, it was like the windscreen was right on this cable. So what I wanted to do was push the windscreen forward, more rally style, so I had room to add some stuff up here, which we'll talk about in a second. So what I did is I decided to just take the number plate here and press it forward. And I used this mounting bracket. I got this at Home Depot for like $4. This is what it looks like. It's in the shelving department, how ghetto. But I just cut one side of this off, and then I drilled a hole in the side. And again, I'm going to paint all this and clean it up when it's done, and mounted it right back to the hardware. Then I pushed it forward, and then for some extra support, I just drilled some corner pieces right in here and just run some just regular old screws that I had laying around the house. And this is really sturdy right here. And that was enough. That pushed it back nice. Let's go over here, take a look. Gives it that nice rally straight up and down. I mean, take a look at that. And what this ended up doing, I think, here is about, let me see. I got about 2 inches, I think it is right here. Let me get a tape measure out for you guys. Hold on. Sorry for the crappy camera work. So it actually moved this thing about 2 inches forward. It did pull some of these prongs out of the bottom down in there, but it's not that big of a deal. To me, it's pretty good. So the next thing I wanted to do is actually lift that up, like I said. And I thought this would be easier, but I had to make some adjustments. And one of those is I got these speed metal universal grommets. And I thought with the lip here on the end, that would be enough to hold it into place. It wasn't. You could actually just pull it right out. So I had to make a change in the design. The top was easy to figure out. I just decided to run it through, put a washer back there, and bolt it. Again, I know this is kind of messy right now, but don't worry about it. This is perfect. It gives you just enough lift, and everything looks really good. The problem I had here, though, was down here I couldn't find the right size washer. So when I put a washer behind this, the washer was clipping the corner pieces. I don't know if you can see it, but just right here around the corner pieces, it was touching the light. And I thought after some vibrations, it might crack my light, and I didn't want to do any damage. I couldn't find any kind of washers for it. But what ended up happening is I took the grommet out of the side right here, out of the side mount. Sorry. It's like a little wheel, and it fit in here perfect. And look at that. Just gives it just enough lift right in there. Look at that. That is just perfect, perfect, perfect. Guys, I'm really impressed with the way that turned out. I mean, look at that. It just looks good. So let's get on the bike for a second. Let me get rid of this junk. So here's what it looks like when you're sitting on the bike. And guys, man, that is just awesome. That's just perfect. It's perfect. It's the perfect pitch. It's just, I'm very happy with that. So here's what I need your help with. What would you guys do here? I got a couple of options. I'm definitely going to put a GPS mount of some sort right here. Maybe another bracket to carry something, and probably a power source of some kind. So you can put like your little phone right there, whatever you want to do, your GPS device. So I don't know if I'm going to leave it all Gothic like this and open, or I have a couple of like pieces of sheet metal laying around here in stainless steel. I have some black, I have some diamond plating, carbon fiber. Maybe I'll just cut something and put it around here and clean all this up and just hide it with some sort of big plate. Don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. Maybe even mount another bracket. Sky's the limit on what I can do here. Or maybe I just leave it like this. I don't know exactly what I want to do with it. Kind of want to know what your thoughts are. And I may end up painting this thing black or cutting some more of this front number plate off. I don't know. But I gotta tell you what, man. Look, it just looks good. That just looks really damn good. Let's go take it for a ride. Okay, guys, let's give it its maiden voyage. I tell you what, it looks good. Feels sturdy. But if it blows off, don't laugh at me. So I tell you what, guys, man, that held up really good.
Again, I'm so happy with it. I know some of you are probably looking at it going, it's a piece of shit. But I'll tell you what, not to the Goon, man. That is awesome. Really, really happy with the way that turned out. So let me know what you would do if I should cut some of this plate off, make it look a little bit more radical. Should I paint it black? Should I put some cool stickers here? Should I put big GPS? What should I do? But I tell you for now, it's dope. And the bottom line is, even though it looks cool, it's that wind protection. You know, coming from a Tiger 800, I still have a Tiger 800 by the way, but coming from one of those bikes, oh, wind protection. I'm like a sissy little boy now. I got to have like wind protection and cruise control and stuff, but we'll get to that later. Hey guys, thanks for watching again. Sorry for the bounce around with this video. I'm just so super excited the way this thing turned out. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes you do a DIY project and it's a bomb. You totally screwed up. You try to save money, you try to cut some corners, and you pay for it. And other times you score. So these rally kits, they go for like, I don't know, hell, they go for sometimes $2,000. It doesn't look like a $2,000 rally kit, okay? It's just really a windscreen. There's not even a real tower on it. But I don't need a real tower. I'm not going anywhere. I got like a phone GPS. I'll just use that. But they can be at least $400 or $500. So this is $130 total. Maybe not even that much. The screen did about 95% of that. So hey guys, again, I'm done. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves. Goon power!